Hey guys, how's everybody doing? It is Tuesday, July 14th. I just got back from the Fetus and Half Price actually. I got a chance to go over there. I got 6 records total actually. So I'm pretty happy about that. For under $40, it's great. It's underneath my budget, which is good. That's really good. But before I dive into those, I want to talk about a soundtrack actually that I just found out actually. It's from artist called Nicholas Jar. He's actually a part of the group called Dark Side. It's really really good stuff. If you haven't heard Dark Side's album, it is awesome. It's really really good. I've seen it at the Fetus for a while now. I haven't got a chance to pick it up yet, but this record kind of makes me want to go back and just take a listen. It's Nicholas Jar's newest mixtape slash record. It's called Pomegranates, and it's actually a soundtrack for a film that was done in the '70s, I believe. I think it's called The Color of Pomegranate. It's really interesting. he he actually has like the whole movie posted with his soundtrack that goes along with it, but let me warn you, it is really 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 weird. You might not know anything of what's going on. I didn't. I'm surprised I got through like the hour and a half of it. I'm like, I don't know what it's so disturbing. I don't even know how to describe it. But the soundtrack is actually phenomenal. If you just listen to that, it's great. Pomegranates is fantastic. It's a masterpiece. It's a mixture of avant-garde and ambient music, mixed in with a little bit of electronic. Really really cool stuff. The thing I will say about this record, along with Dark Side, Nicholas Jar especially, but when you listen to this, you need to be patient with it. You really need to just you can't put this thing on when you're doing something or driving. You just won't get the full experience of what he's trying to connect with you with it. So you really just have to go someplace quiet and just sit and just take it in and just listen. It's one of those records that really grows on you, and you have to be patient with it. It's not gonna rush into things like it's not gonna go from this to that and like when it normally does, and so it does take time. A record's like an hour and a half, I think, full way through, but be patient with it. You'll like it, I promise. Really really good music. It's almost like post rock, how you have to be patient with the music and let the music speak. It's not gonna jump to conclusions when you want it to. It'll take its time. It takes its time and it explains what it wants you to know instead of just summing it up in like 2 minutes. Which I really love about post rock. I really love that it's not for everybody, but it's just you have to be really patient with the music and you have to pay really really close attention to detail, and I absolutely love that. So Pomegranates, check that out. Really really good. Awesome soundtrack, ambient soundtrack. Now I'm gonna get into the records that I found. Pretty good finds. Found a couple that I didn't know. Really good stuff. First one, I don't really have to say much about. Apostrophe. Zappa record, everybody. There you go. This is a great, great Zappa record. Apostrophe, really good. Picked this up today for like, it was like $15 or something. It's sealed too. I was surprised that was that cheap because it's hard to find. This one is a band that I actually kind of went off my radar for a long time until I was flipping through and digging for stuff, and this showed up, and I recognized the cover. It's a band called Shooting Star. Really, really cool stuff. Hang On for Your Life. It's really good. 70s rock. I think, what was this? 81 actually, excuse me. 1981. Really good rock. Reminds me a lot of like America mixed in with like Boston, Really, really great album. Shooting Star, Hang On for Your Life. It's really, really good. I highly recommend that. This one is actually very rare and hard to find. This is one of the ones I didn't know anything about. It's a compilation record, actually. It's so it really doesn't have one specific artist. It's called "Listen in Good Health." If you guys know about this, you know how rare this baby is. This is a promo white label record. This was actually put out in 1970 to be aired on the radio for Earth Day, actually. So all the tracks on here revolve around Earth Day and celebrating that day of like just taking a step back and looking at what we have, you know. It's really good stuff. It's got some stuff like Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles, the Dolphins, Fred Neil, Roy Harper, Steve Miller Band, John Stewart the band, Buddy Miles, Pink Floyd. You know, it's a really great, very hard to find, very rare promo that was aired in 1970 for Earth Day. So that was really cool. It's a really cool find. Oh, allergies are just they're gonna kill me. This one is also a rare one. It's a it's a jazz album, kind of like a jazz big band type thing. It's the record's called Wanted. If you guys have heard of this, it's a really good one, really good jazz record. If I can say the name right, Falconaries. Really good stuff. Great jazz, great. It's almost like funk and jazz mixed into one. It's really cool. Wanted is the record's name. Awesome album. Next one is the one that I did know about. I know it's a well, I know the piano player. He's a jazz piano player named Keith Jarrett. I hope. This is Luminescence. This is string and saxophone music composed by Keith Jarrett, along with John Gerbarek. Gerbarek. These names, man, I just kick the bucket. Luminescence, really cool stuff. All strings and saxophone. That's all it is. I mean, it's fantastic. It's a really good listen if you want to do it. This is 1975. Really good stuff. Want to take a listen. Last one I have here is another one that I didn't know anything about. Jazz record. I feel myself leaning more towards jazz to kind of go out of my way because I kind of know what to expect from it. Like with like rock, it's like it could be anything, you know. It could be heavy metal, it could be just really soft rock, classic rock, grunge. You know, you don't know. But with jazz, you kind of have sort of an idea, so you know what kind of what to expect. But this is a great one. I saw this a few times actually. It's the Franco Ambrosetti Quintet with Benny Wallace. Really good stuff. Really great jazz album. Awesome. Close Encounter. This is a really good one. Found that at the Fetus too. So those are the records I have right now. And Nicholas Jar, check out his Pomegranates. That's fantastic. Great soundtrack. The last visit to the Fetus, I took Nick and his girlfriend with me, and he said he was like disappointed because he didn't really find anything that he was looking for. And my response to that is not to be an asshole, you know, but every time I go, I find something. Every time. If it's because I have a very open mind to music. You throw any record at me, I'll take a listen. You know, I won't push it aside unless it's like Nicki Minaj shit or something like that. Then you could just shove that back where it came from. But other than that, you know, I'm really open to stuff. Nothing really takes me by surprise. Or I've heard a lot of stuff. You know, it's taken me a long time to really open really wide my mind for music. Zappa did that. Beefheart did that. The Frogs did that. If you open your mind, Nick, I guess the goal that I want you to achieve is just to kind of like open your mind to more music, expand your mind and go out of your comfort zone. Go to genres you've never heard of, like classical or like Spanish music or different sorts of jazz, free jazz, bop jazz, hard jazz, um, classic rock, grunge, heavy metal, anything, go outside your comfort zone, and if you see something that looks cool, jump on it, dive in the deep end and just go for it. That's how I have experienced and expanded my music catalog by doing that a lot. Where I would just be digging through records and I find one that looks cool, the cover's really promising, I pick it up, I don't know what to expect. I have no idea who the artist is or what the record is. All I know is that it's a certain genre in a certain year. That's all I have. So what that does is it really opens up your mind to say, wonder what this is. I'm excited to find out what this is. So that's kind of my opinion towards you. Just like expand on music because there's a lot of good stuff out there. I mean, you, I've dove in deep, deep, deep into music. Since going to music school, that was huge. That really started off, and then getting the Zappa and all that stuff, and ambient music, post rock, sludge rock, all this different type of stuff that no one really talks about, the stuff that's not really played on the radio. Screw the radio now. It's they play the same shit over and over, and it's not like it used to be. I hardly listen to radio anymore. Um, but Beats One by Apple is really good. It's not really genre specific, so they just kind of pick whatever flows, whatever's good. Um, but yeah, it's taken me a really long time to be comfortable going outside my comfort zone with music. At first, I would just look at something and be like, I want to try that. I'm not gonna like that. But then after you keep doing it for a while, it gets easier. You want to expand more. You want to find different stuff and stuff you've never heard of. So I really encourage you to go out and try that. It does make a huge difference so that there isn't a bad trip ever. You know, every week that I go to the Fetus or Half Price or anywhere, I don't go in looking for a specific record. I don't go in unless it was like last time I wanted to get the Ryan Adams box set, but that was different. But most of the time I go in not knowing anything. I'm not looking for anything specific. Let's just go in and see what they have. So my mind is completely open. It's not synced on one record, you know. Because if you're focused on one record, you're going to go for that, and there could be a shit ton of other great records in there that you never find. So you really got to go in with like an open mind, definitely. And just go for it, man. Go for stuff you've never, may not like. Yeah, hell, fuck, try it. Some of these records, like there's some of these jazz records, I have no idea what to expect. It could be completely different than what I'm thinking. But it makes me expand my mind with great music, and I can share that with you and with everybody, my different styles. I know a lot of music, a lot of stuff. Really, really cool music. I'm an audiophile, man. I know a ton of shit. I mean, a lot. There isn't an artist you can throw at me that I haven't heard of. I've listened to a lot of stuff. My main genres I love are grunge and like singer-songwriter. Love that stuff. Can listen to that stuff all day. But love classic rock, hair metal, jazz, free jazz, bop jazz, big band. Um, really, I'm all over the board. Post rock, sludge rock. I mean, I can listen to anything. If you have an artist, that you want me to listen to, throw it my way. I'm very open to that stuff. I can definitely give you feedback and stuff, what I think, and it's really good to communicate with stuff like that. Like, I found this record and I thought this. I want you to listen to it. Let me know what you think. And you get like both sides. I might not connect with the record like you do, and that's what makes it so special because you everybody connects in a different way. Not everybody's gonna like one record that you do. Everybody. That's what makes music so freaking cool. It's just everybody has a different opinion of records and music. I know this is getting super long, but this needs to be said. This needs to be said. Um, I can't talk enough about music. If I didn't have music, this wouldn't be here. Fuck, the drums wouldn't be here. I mean, I don't know what I'd be doing. I wouldn't know where I was. It helps me through my depression and stuff. Helps a shit ton, more than you can ever know. Oh man, I mean, it's helped me through a lot. I have certain records I go to for that. Any situation, I usually have a group of records that I usually focus on to kind of get me through, those dark times and tough family times or something at work or something's going on in the world, and just music's a beautiful thing, and it's most people just like take it for granted, and you can't do that. You can't take music for granted. It is the only thing out of anything on this earth that's going to be with you forever. No matter what you do, if you're pissed off, you're sad, you're feeling down, you're super happy, it'll always be there. It never leaves. Never. Even if you don't have music, record, CDs, it's always there. Music is around us. People don't think about that. Well, if I don't have an iPhone or anything, music's everywhere. You just gotta listen. You have to have that ear for it. It's just music is the only thing that sticks by your side no matter what. If you're pissed off at it, it won't leave. If you're sad, it'll be there to like comfort you. If you're happy, it'll be there and celebrating. It adjusts to you. And that's where I'm at. Music is a huge part of my life, and I've accepted all that good stuff about it, that it will never leave. It won't leave me. And whenever I'm creating my music, the music comes through me. I don't. It's very hard to explain what happens, but it's like whenever you think back, like God put everybody on the earth for a reason. It's like, did I find the music or did the music find me? Which is the big question. Some people may never know. You could have had it the whole time, and you would have never noticed. But maybe you found the music and the music spoke to you. It's just music's everywhere. It's all around us. You just have to be willing to listen.